Hi again, it's Trisha from Tending to Home. Today I want to talk about something that I enjoy doing at this time of the year, and that is utilizing the lavender that I have grown, picked, and dried out from my garden. So why don't we grab something to sip on, head out to the garden, and check out the lavender. Then we'll come back in here and work on 5 things that you can utilize your lavender for. So we're back inside again. What are we going to do with this big bucket of lavender that we've been picking outside? Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of ideas. Why don't we get started and I'll show you the 5 things that I like to do with my dried lavender. I'll give you a hint, they all smell really good. So what are some of the easiest things that you can do with your lavender? Well, the first thing I like to do is make these wonderful smelling and beautiful bouquets of lavender. The easiest way to do this is when your lavender is out in the garden and it starts to form these nice little buds, you go ahead and pick it before it goes to flower. The reason for doing that is the little buds will stay on and they'll be nice and tight and they won't fall off as easily. It also just looks nicer this way. It's a very uniform and unique look, but the scent is still just as strong. In fact, it may even be stronger when the buds are still closed. So just take your lavender in while it's still green, strip off the leaves from these little stalks, and then put a rubber band around it and hang it upside down. It will dry just like this, and you'll have these beautiful, perfect little bouquets to put around the house all winter long. It's as easy as that. Who wouldn't want these all around the house this winter? So you've made loads of lavender bouquets, and that's wonderful. But what do you do with all the bits and pieces that are left over? Well, I'll tell you what. You can set them aside, let them dry, and then put them in an apothecary jar like this, which will seal in that delicious lavender scent. Oh, it's heavenly. What I like to do is put a little scoop in so that I can access my lavender for whatever I need whenever I want to. So what are some of the things I like to do with loose leaf lavender like this? Let me show you. The first thing I love to make are lavender bath salts. Here is an example. These are little bits of lavender that have been mixed into some salts. Now there's sea salt, pink Himalayan salt, and Epsom salts in here. And oh my goodness, I've also added a little bit of lavender essential oil. I like to buy organic lavender essential oil because I grow all of my lavender in an organic way. This is nice to use on your body, and then you can also use it for culinary uses, which is a whole nother video altogether. But what I've done here is I've gone ahead and layered in the salts with some of the lavender buds, and oh, it smells heavenly. And what you can do with this is put it into little mesh bags and toss it into a hot bath. And what that will do is contain all the little buds of lavender into that bag so that they're not floating all around you, but it will release the salts into the water, and it's good for your muscles, your skin. There's magnesium in there and many other healthy minerals that are great for you, especially when you're feeling a little down or sore or tired. It's such a refresher, and the lavender will calm you so much. So I highly recommend making some lavender bath salts. It's very easy to do. Another thing that I like to do with my lavender buds is make soap. Now actually, this is kind of a little bit of a lie. I don't make the soap. I buy something that's called melt and pour soap, and it comes in a block like this. You can easily get this on places online, and what you do is you just simply put this in a glass container and put it in the microwave for just seconds at a time. It will melt down, and then you can pour it into soap molds. When you do that, you can add some more lavender essential oil, and then what I do is I like to add in my loose lavender buds with maybe a little bit of organic oatmeal, and that is a nice way to kind of slough off the dead skin. Now that essential oil added to this soap just makes it delicious. So this is a lavender scrub bar, and I use this all the time. These are great gifts. Everyone loves this soap. Now you don't have to put as much in as what I have. I like for one side to be kind of rough and the other side to be smooth so that I can get that exfoliation from my soap. But little bits of lavender buds throughout, it's just fun, it makes it beautiful, and such a great gift. What's another way that I like to use my loose leaf lavender? Well, I'll tell you. This is something that I use every single day. This is considered an eye pillow. And what I've done here is just sewn a tiny little, well, I guess it's a rectangle out of some extra fabric that I had. And before sewing up the end, I went ahead and added a bunch of loose leaf lavender and some flax seeds. What the flax seeds do is give it a sense of weight, because loose leaf lavender is pretty lightweight, and you want this pillow to lay on your eyes and give just a bit of weight. It doesn't need to be heavy, but enough to where it helps you to close your eyes. When you try and go to sleep at night, sometimes you have so many things going on in your mind, And I tend to lay awake with my eyes wide open rather than shut. And obviously I'm not going to get to sleep this way. So the best thing for me to do is to lay there with this on my eyes, of course not with glasses on. And the scent of the lavender is just delicious. But that little bit of weight from the flax seeds, these are whole flax seeds, not ground, that gives it that weight that I need to keep my eyes closed, and it's just enough to send me off to a delicious smelling night's sleep. There's a couple more things I want to show you really quickly before we go. So let's say that you didn't get a chance to get out into the garden and cut your lavender when it was this bright, beautiful purple in full bud. And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes I like to leave my lavender blooming outdoors so that bees can be fed, or I can just enjoy the beauty of the lavender on a hot summer day. So what can you do instead? Let's say you've left it out there to bloom and now it's looking a little bit not so great. You know what? There are still many wonderful essential oils left in that kind of faded lavender. What I like to do is go out and cut it back just into the green parts, not down into the woody stems because that will kill your lavender. But just take off the green parts off the top of the plant, and then I put all of that out on large drying racks to dry. Once it's dry, I'll put it into big baskets like this. This basket is filled with lots of less than perfect lavender. It's bloomed already and it's starting to fade. There's a bit of color left, but not much. It does, however, still smell heavenly. So what do I do with this kind of lavender? Well, I'll tell you. There's one great thing that's a really handy thing to have in the wintertime. Usually I'll let this basket just sit around, and once in a while I'll go through and I'll fluff it up and just get a nice scent of lavender. And every once in a while, when I need one, I'll take the time to pull some of these stems out and I'll create something that I like to call a fire starter. And what this is just some bundles of these lavender tied up with string that is flammable string that will burn and not be toxic. Don't use a plastic string, use a natural string. You can tie these up like this and they become little fire starters, and you can use these in your wood stove, you can use them in your fireplace, or even as a campfire starter. It's handy to have them when you need to start a fire quickly, and they smell delicious. You can add these to gifts with let's say a lavender candle, and people love these. It's something that you can do with is really what's considered garbage from the garden. Lavender. Ha, I love it. Thanks for stopping by, tending to home today. I really appreciate it. If you've found any kind of value in this video at all today, could you give it a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And when you do, there's a little bell that you can click on that helps to let you know when I've uploaded more videos like this. So again, in closing, I hope that these 5 different things have given you some inspiration of what you can do with your own dried lavender. And don't worry, I've left some more information down in the description box below. You know, there's lots of things you can do with lavender. And sometimes you don't have space to grow your own. Don't worry about it. I'll leave you some links where you can find some excellent lavender online so that you too can make some of these wonderful home care items, body care items, and gift items. Thanks so much again, and I hope you have a wonderful day.